Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we are having a look at the next story contained within this vintage Henry the Green Engine book. It's from the Railway series, number 6. The story we will be reading today is called Gordon's Whistle. And if you have missed the other 2 stories that we have read previously from this book, then please feel free to go back at your leisure and catch up with those. Dear friends, here is more news from the region. All the engines now have numbers as well as names. You will see them in the pictures. They are as follows: Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3, Gordon 4, James 5, Percy 6. Then I expect you were sorry for Henry, who was often ill and unable to work. He gave Sir Topham Hatt, who is, of course, our fat controller, a lot of worry. Now Henry has a new shape and is ready for anything. These stories tell you all about it. The author. Gordon's Whistle. Gordon was cross. Why should Henry have a new shape? He grumbled. A shape good enough for me is good enough for him. He goes gallivanting off to Crewe, leaving us to do his work. It's disgraceful. And another thing, Henry whistles too much. No respectable engine ever whistles loudly at stations. It isn't wrong, said Gordon, but we just don't do it. Poor Henry didn't feel happy anymore. Never mind, whispered Percy. I'm glad you're home again. I like your whistling. Goodbye, Henry, called Gordon next morning as he left the shed. We are glad to have you with us again, but be sure and remember what I said about the whistling. Later on, Henry took a slow train and presently stopped at Edward Station. Hello, Henry, said Edward. You look splendid. I was pleased to hear your happy whistle yesterday. Thank you, Edward, smiled Henry. Shh, shh, can you hear something? Edward listened. Far away, but getting louder and louder, was the sound of an engine's whistle. Sounds like Gordon, said Edward, and it ought to be Gordon, but Gordon never whistles like that. It was Gordon. He came rushing down the hill at a tremendous rate. He didn't look at Henry, and he didn't look at Edward. He was purple in the boiler and whistling fit to burst. He screamed through the station and disappeared. Well, said Edward, looking at Henry. It isn't wrong, chuckled Henry, but we just don't do it. And he told Edward what Gordon had said. Meanwhile, Gordon screeched along the line. People came out of their houses. Air raid sirens started. 5 fire brigades got ready to go out. Horses upset their carts and old ladies dropped their parcels. At a big station, the noise was awful. Porters and passengers held their ears. The fat controller held his ears too. He gave a lot of orders, but no one could hear them, and Gordon went on whistling. At last he clambered into Gordon's cab. Take him away, he bellowed, and stop that noise! Still whistling, Gordon puffed sadly away. He whistled as he crossed the points. He whistled on the siding. He was still whistling as the last deafened passenger left the station. Then 2 fitters climbed up and knocked his whistle valve into place, and there was silence. Gordon slunk into the shed. He was glad it was empty. The others came in later. It isn't wrong, murmured Henry, to no one in particular, but we just don't do it. No one mentioned whistles. That brings us to the end of that short story called Gordon's Whistle. I have a feeling that Gordon isn't going to be allowed to forget that one, do you? I really hope that you enjoyed listening along with me today, and if you did, please don't forget to like the video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you won't miss a thing. And if you did enjoy listening today, please don't forget that tomorrow we will be reading the 4th story contained within the book. It's called Percy and the Trousers. Have a great day.